right, good evening. I'm gonna call this meeting to order. This is the meeting of the Gloucester Licensing Board. Today is January 14th, 2025, Tuesday. The time is 6:38. I apologize, we are starting a few minutes late. Effective August 16th, 2023, the public is welcome to attend our meetings in person. Alternatively, the public may attend through the Zoom link listed on the agenda. The meeting notice will reflect that the meeting is a Zoom only. As the recent amendments to the open meeting law allows, the licensing board may continue to hold meetings remotely. Please note the in-person meeting will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the remote connection. We have a lot on our agenda tonight, so we're gonna get through this hopefully fairly quickly. We will start with introductions, and I'm gonna start on this side of the room.
Rob Bakari, Building Commissioner.
Natasha Dale, clerk.
Melissa Prince, licensing board member.
John Emmer, Licensing Board Member. Ted Costa, Licensing Board Member.
Thank you. Let's see, we have 8 attendees on Zoom that we will be communicating with tonight through Zoom. And we also have several people here in the room. Our first item is we are gonna hold a couple public hearings tonight. We have 3. And we are gonna start with the first one, which is a petition of a proposed transfer of a section 12 annual package store wine and malt beverage license for Gloucester Lane, Inc., 90 Concord Street in Gloucester. They are also proposing a change to the manager of record to, and I'm gonna say this name wrong, I know. Bashaban
Yep.
Patel?
Yeah.
Jay Patel? So will those parties please come to the front and sit up here, and if you have counsel with you, you're welcome to attend. Anyone that wants to, or is part of this transaction, welcome to sit there as well, and I believe we have attorney Joe Pavaza on Zoom.
Hi, are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can, thank you.
Okay. So just for the record, my name is Joel Favaza. I'm an attorney at Seaside Legal Solutions at 123 Main Street in Gloucester. I represent the applicants here, provide you the application. These should be familiar faces. I believe in addition to Varshaban, the proposed manager, Sunny and Vinay are both in the room. They are known local proprietors of several convenience stores and several liquor stores in the area. Varshaban, I don't know that she's been before this licensing board before, but she has been the manager of record for a sister location in Rowley, I think for almost 10 years at this point. And so the application is pretty self-explanatory. It's Annie's Variety. They're looking to just keep things the way they are, continue the selection they have of beer and wine that's available now, both, in orientation within the store layout remaining the same and kind of variety and selection remaining the same. I imagine they'll update a few things within the store itself, but as far as the liquor licensing board should be concerned, it should be pretty much the same experience for an Annie's customer after the switchover as it is currently. And I'll kind of leave it at that. If you have any questions for my clients, feel free to ask them, but I think I'm done with my little spiel for now.
Thank you, Attorney Pavaza. Okay, so do you want to introduce yourself too as well?
Attorney Michael McMahon, I represent the current owner, and we're here to support that petition.
And the owner is?
Mr. O'Neill, John O'Neill,
And you have a home address, John?
26 Washington Square.
Thank you
Gloucester.
very much. Okay, so usually the way we operate a public hearing is we have the applicant's attorney speak, which we just heard from Attorney Pavaza. If there's anyone else that would like to add any information before we ask questions, that would be helpful. And then from there, we will open it up to the public to speak in favor, speak in opposition, or just speak generally. And then we close the public hearing and then have our discussion. So we've heard from Attorney Pavaza. Is there anyone else that would like to address us in telling us the intention of this transfer? No. Okay, just gonna look at the application again. Several. Is there anyone here tonight too that is also in ownership with this business?
Yes, Vinay Patel,
Vinay Patel, and what is your address?
3 Stone Court, Gloucester.
Thank you. And you are
The officer of the corporate.
the officer.
Mhm.
And are there other officers here?
My director, man.
Um,
I think so, I mean, as a director.
Are you the secretary?
Yeah, Sunny is an officer also.
Okay, Sunny, can we just have your name and address for the record, please?
Sunny Patel, 10 Lupin Lane, Gloucester, Mass.
Thank you very much. And I just want to start out by asking, I know Attorney Pavaza mentioned a sister store. So how many alcohol licenses is this group involved with? I know Attorney Pavaza, you mentioned one in Raleigh.
Yeah, so this will be the second license under management for Varshabin. And then Vinay has 2 locations in Gloucester that have licenses, oh, sorry, I think 3 locations with licenses, of which he's the manager of 2. And so we're trying to make sure that we don't, overload any one person with too much, delegated authority. And that's why Varshabin's going to pick up this one rather than trying to put another one on Vinay.
So there's 4 licenses involved or 5?
I mean, so as far as ownership goes, Vinay, correct me if I'm wrong, you've got Gloucester Seaside Liquors up at the Gloucester Crossing. You've got Magnolia and you've got Sunny's Variety all have your ownership interest. You're the manager of record for 2 of those. And then Varshabin, I believe, is only involved with the Rowley convenience store and is only a manager on that one. So again, as far as ownership, I think Vinay would have an interest in, this would be a 4th one that he have an ownership interest in. But again, his management is only on 2 of them and Varshabin would only have an interest in 2 total, including this one, both of which he has management of.
Okay. I think. I'm gonna
We are
ask-
not, if it's a concern, we are not in excess of the limit for how many licenses one person can have an interest in. We're under those limits for the state.
Okay, I was asking just to make sure that I was aware of all of them, that's all. Because
Yep.
I didn't see them listed on the application. And I thought they usually are, but that might be for new ones. As opposed to a transfer. Usually they list all the interests. And I didn't see that in this application. I am gonna, here they are here. I'm gonna refer to Mr. Costa, Mr. Lamoran, if you want to start with questions.
I don't have any questions.
Do you have any questions?
Could you just talk me through what your role and responsibility is with the license in Raleigh and how you plan to balance out both locations?
Because I work on the then now starting Annie's varieties. And I'm working like little bit hours on the Rowley convenience. And
So
I
yeah.
manage 2 of them,
And how many hours do you think you're gonna be able to be Annie's location
5, 6 hours maybe.
a day?
Yeah,
Okay, so that's 5 days a week.
yeah.
Any issues at the other store with license issues and underage drinkers or any reports of any
No,
violations through the state? on the
No.
Raleigh location? And the floor plan's the same way as you said, right, Joel?
Yeah, the floor plan as is remains as it is. The wine on the shelves nearest what I would call the left-hand side as you walk in. And that makes sense because the walk-in cooler is on that side of the store itself, and it has the best eyesight from the cashier station.
And any cameras in there? Good cameras in there?
We put cameras in, but we canceled them now because of the transfer. We took the cameras out. Well, they're not out, they're still there, but I stopped paying for them, so.
Yeah.
Just
Will you be reinstalling cameras there?
Yes.
Thank you.
So I'm just gonna ask you some basic questions to get this on the record. So I'm just gonna ask, are you over the, these are in reference to becoming the manager. Are you over the age of 21?
Yeah,
Are you a US citizen of the United States?
yeah,
Do you have any felony convictions for violations
No.
of the controlled substance laws?
No,
Thank you. And are you a good character?
yeah.
You don't have to answer. Thank you. I appreciate that. I can tell by those that are here to support you that that's the case. So when John asked you about your hours on site, this is something that we really inquire about to the businesses. You said you were gonna be there 5 to 6 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Yeah,
So there's 7 days in the week. Are you
Um,
not open or
I open it, but I manage, but I buy the employees.
you have other
Yeah,
employees?
yeah.
Okay, and tell me about those other employees and how the management will happen if you're not there.
So mostly I'm not going anywhere. Sometime I'm going somewhere, so I pick the different employees. And I tell somebody else.
So are you gonna be like available by phone? If something happens and you're not there,
I
I'm
was
trying to
the-
figure out that part of the management.
So I call phone and ask every 1 hour, 2 hours.
Okay. And how many employees are you gonna have in Gloucester?
Gloucester right now,
How many do you intend to employ to run the
Maybe-
business?
Kila employee rakwane, how many you gonna?
1 year, 2,
1 or 2?
yeah.
Okay, and do you know who they are? Like, are they already employed? Are they family or close friends or
Yeah, maybe family.
what do you have to hire out?
Right now, I'm not hired, but I just looking it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're not hired yet.
Nah,
And what are your hours of operation gonna be? What time do you open and what time?
oh, what time? open?
Yep,
Mostly like depends of what time selling the beer and everything. So maybe 8 o'clock.
you wanna open at 8?
8, yeah,
We
9
put your
o'clock.
hours of operation on the license,
Five,
then,
5 o'clock to the 7, right now is what, 5 to
5
8,
to
John?
7, 5 to 7,
5 to 7.
you're only open 5 to 7?
5 in the morning till 7 at night.
Okay,
We might extend it, 5 to 8, 9.
okay, so I'm talking about the sale of alcohol. You can open at 5, but you can't sell alcohol at
Yes,
5.
Yeah,
Yes.
So in other words, 8 AM, you
8
plan
a.m.
on
to-
selling?
yeah, sell the
alcohol?
lottery and everything.
Okay.
Because mostly selling 6 o'clock morning time,
Okay, but no alcohol
no
until,
alcohol, no.
until 8 is the earliest you can
Yeah.
sell. And what time do you close? Around what time? I'm sure that's gonna fluctuate
Right
between
now,
winter and summer.
winter time 8, summertime 9.
Okay.
So 8 to 9, basically.
And tell me about what I honestly have not been in that business probably for 6 or 7 years. So tell me what other business transactions are going on there besides alcohol? Like, are you selling food or snacks? Cause I know beach people stop there in the summer. Do you have
Mm.
grocery items or what is available in the store for purchase?
Maybe I think some grocery and lottery, maybe.
Okay,
Yeah,
Really?
they also
Yeah.
service, they have a coffee stand currently.
a what?
And there's a coffee stand currently, so that's why, one of the reasons they open early in the morning is there's, people needing the coffee on the way to work or the way to early beach activities. And they actually have a deli counter also.
No,
No more, no more
no,
deli.
no more
No, no.
sandwiches.
No, I know, but currently that's what's available at the store. And so that would be the one thing that's gonna come down, but again, that's on the side of the store where the alcohol is typically displayed.
Okay,
So that's
So-
the,
when you say no more sandwiches, does that mean that you're not gonna get the beach traffic in the summer?
I'm gonna be gone, hopefully.
I know.
I would say that we're still gonna get the beach traffic, yes, whether they do sandwiches or not. It's not my decision, not.
No, okay,
So I canceled the,
I just know that was a big draw.
yeah, I canceled the permit to sell sandwiches.
I think the city asked for too much stuff and
Yeah.
there was
Had a lot
too much
to do
money
with
to fix it.
For the,
It's
what
not-
need, what
It's
needed?
not worth it.
Grease traps,
Oh, okay.
pipes,
You cooking in there?
no,
Cold cuts.
okay, so that was it. They still wanted the grease trap in. And, just different things. I was leaving, so I really, when they come down and said these things, I went to him and asked, he said, I don't want to do sandwiches.
Sorry to interrupt, but for those of us on Zoom, the audio is cut out. We can't hear what's being discussed in the room.
For information, just use
Is that
some.
audio working, Natasha?
It should be, wasn't he responding?
It just came back. We're good now.
Okay, so I don't
It's
know,
out
did you
into
hear me,
the-
Joe? I said we're discussing the fact of the Board of Health requiring grease traps for tuna fish sandwiches.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that's all fine. I mean, I'm understanding why the sandwich assembly is stopping.
Okay. Attorney McMahon, what did you want to say? It's a.
As
problem
a
with
citizen of
city.
the city, I can tell you it's becoming quite an issue throughout a number of businesses in the city.
Okay, so your position is it's not financially worth investing in the grease traps for the sandwiches because of this regulation that is now being enforced this year. You lost Joe?
He just went off camera.
Okay, you might be coming
He's
back
right
on.
there.
Yep. Okay, so, what kind of food are you just selling groceries food, or is it gonna be, are you bringing in pre-made sandwiches or any food for beach or?
Yeah, we got, yeah,
Yeah.
You have that?
from the vendors.
Okay,
The vendors.
I'm just trying to see the
Yeah,
foot
yeah,
traffic that's gonna go in there. Because I know in the winter it's real quiet and the summer is what you depend, a lot of dependence on.
We keeping the same thing, nothing changed. Just the pre-made sandwiches.
Okay. And how many people are gonna be in the store at one time for an employee?
Summertime two, and the wintertime one.
Okay, speaking to the prior owner, well, how many people would you say, like, in the winter, I always get concerned with one person in a store. But I also understand the quietness of winter, so,
Well, I had the sandwich counter open. So I had 3 to 4 employees.
okay,
Okay, it's not what time of day it was, what time of year it was. For the setup and the making of the sandwiches and the cleanup, it takes a lot of payroll to do that. And I had people there to take care of that.
yeah,
This time of year, I could go from October to May with 1 employee without a
Okay.
problem. Summertime, without the sandwich counter open, 2 employees would be plenty. Plenty. And that's even in the middle of the day. But the sandwich counter open, it required a lot more work. And a lot more attention to cleanliness and making sure everything was clean for the next day. So that was 3 to 4 employees every day.
Okay.
So.
Thank you.
Without the sandwich counter, 2 people would be plenty.
and are you intending to restore the cameras in the store?
Yes.
Yes.
Because one of my concerns is, and I've asked this with other businesses and enforced it with other businesses, if there's gonna be 1 employee in there, that we would want cameras to be able to see any exits that leave. Because if you're talking to one person and there's something else going on in the store, you know, with one employee there, it can often be an attention deterrent, so at least having cameras that
Yeah, so
actually record and
There
if you
will be
wanna,
12 cameras.
12 cameras?
Yes.
Okay. And those will be installed when you open?
Inside, outside.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And there'll be no service of alcohol outside, like you're selling all the alcohol from inside the store?
Yes.
Yes.
Hold on, I just wanna go through our list for managers before we continue. How many parking spots are there? Like 4 or 5 or no?
Oh,
more?
God, 12.
Six, seven.
There's a lot more.
Front and
There's
back,
quite a bit.
24.
Yeah, there's quite a bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of space over there. And have you ever, have you, as a prior owner, received any complaints from neighbors over there due to any noise or
No, not at all.
get along in the neighborhood?
Get along
and
pretty good
situated?
with all of them. If I didn't, they'd come in and tell me. I know they do know that.
Yeah. Okay. So know that, this is a year-round license. So if this license transfers, there'll be an expectation that you will operate year-round and not close, during slower times of the winter. Is that understood?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
open, yeah, 365 days unless.
Just only 2 days in a year.
Christmas and.
Thanksgiving and
Plus the
Christmas.
holidays,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I just mean like some people feel in the winter that they can stop
No.
using their license and the licenses are so competitive in this city that when you have a year-round license, we expect. I mean, we understand if you have to
We have
close
to
for
open the
remodels and
business, we
things.
gotta pay the expenses, so.
We got it. I just wanted to be said on record that everyone knows what they're
State said
getting
no
into.
Christmas, otherwise we will open in Christmas too.
No, you're gonna look at the rules.
I know, I
Be
know.
open.
Another 5 more years, there will be Christmas sale too in Massachusetts. What?
Yeah,
There was what, 3 more days, Memorial Day,
Used to be as
It's gonna-
Memorial, yes.
yeah,
Christmas, if it hits on Monday, you cannot sell Saturday, Sunday and Monday,
yeah.
everything took off. So, another 5 more years,
Is that your prediction?
yeah,
Okay, we'll see.
that's over under.
I'll be here. Okay, and how many hours, so you're managing here and you're a manager at the other store? Do you have other employees? How many
Yeah,
employees? do
my
you have at the
husband
other
My
working
store?
there.
husband is
Your husband?
My
license
husband,
owner too.
yeah.
Okay,
So my husband working there.
and so you feel confident that you're gonna be able to manage both places adequately?
Yeah, because I have one employee too, he over there.
Okay. And you'll be available by phone or somebody will be available by phone in your absence to deal with any
Yeah.
potential issues that may happen at the store if you're not there? In other
So,
words, an unruly customer comes in when one person is in there and it's not you working at night.
yeah,
If that employee needs to call somebody, there'll be an answer on the other end of that phone.
Yeah, we sees not pick up, we are around there, so they're gonna call us.
Okay,
Yes, we're gonna be there for the help.
okay, that's what I wanted to hear.
Yes.
All right, so, I don't have any more questions. I've heard good answers. Attorney Favazza, do you want to add anything?
I'm good if you're good.
Okay. Are we good? So I'm gonna open the public hearing. Is there anyone here in the room or online that would like to speak to this request to transfer? If you're in the room, if you can just give me a hand or something to let me know you want to speak. And I don't see anyone. I don't know who's on the other side. And we do have 10 attendees online. If there's anyone online that would like to speak in favor or opposition, or just in general to this request, please raise your hand or press *9 if you're calling in on a phone. I'm just gonna wait 1 second. We do have one person, Tom O'Grady. So can we promote Tom
Oh, wait,
O'Grady?
he lowered his hand.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he raised his hand. Oh, no, I don't think he knows what he's doing.
Tom O'Grady, I know you're here for other matters tonight, but if you'd like to speak, just keep your hand up and we will promote you. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna promote him. Oh, he declined.
Tom O'Grady, your hand is raised, so we are gonna try to promote you
Okay,
one
there you
more
go.
time.
He's muted. Yeah.
Tom, if you would like to speak to us, can you unmute? There you go.
Sorry for all the difficulties. I was just trying to support the license. Sorry.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I was just simply trying to support the license.
Okay, so just state your name and address because we have
Tom
that
O'Grady, 966 Washington Street in Gloucester.
in your position. You're saying you want to support the license? You're in
Yes.
favor?
Yes.
Thank you
in
very
favor.
much. Anything else? Okay,
That's all.
thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak to this petition? Seeing none, I'm gonna close the public hearing. I did not have a copy of the notice for this. Can you just tell me for the record when this was published in the Gloucester Times?
January 3rd.
January 3rd. So the application was submitted with complete and it was advertised in the Gloucester Daily Times on January 3rd. So we've given notice to the public of this public hearing tonight. And we've had one speak in favor. So the public hearing is closed. Is there a motion to present for discussion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the petition of proposed transfer of a section 12 annual package store wine and malt beverage license for Gloucester Lane Incorporated, 90 Concord Street. Nice on
Second.
We have a motion and a second to support the transfer. Any discussion? I'm just gonna say your reputation in this community with the other businesses that you have been involved with has been outstanding. We've heard no complaints. So I am happy to see this license and support this license being transferred. And just want to thank you for
Thank you.
answering all
Thank
my
you.
questions, because I always ask a lot of questions.
Thank you.
Oh, and also propose the manager of record. Well, we'll do that separate vote. So all in favor on the transfer, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, vote carries. Is there a motion for change of manager?
Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the change of manager of record to Varshavin J. Patel. Nice move.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, vote carries. So you have the support of the licensing board. I'm gonna talk with your attorney, Pavaza, about some documents that we may need and, work with Natasha, and we will send it to the ABCC, and then they'll start their investigation.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
hopefully the transfer will happen pretty quick.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'll get you the supplemental filing ASAP.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, thank you. What is document expired you seen on a file for what's happening?
So what was your question?
So is expired document, you say something about before the.
Right, so Joel's gonna work with her to get a current document for us to forward to the ABCC.
Okay,
That's why I said they'll
Yeah.
talk and
okay,
so
okay.
then we don't need to discuss it here.
Okay.
Because she says she has other documents and I talked to the attorney who confirmed it. So it's, once we get those documents, which will happen as soon as possible, then it will go to the ABCC.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions?
Yeah, no.
No,
we all set.
thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen, good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Next order of business is a public hearing petition of MCMC Restaurant, DBA Short Main, 36 Main
I'm
Street.
there in the morning.
You're there in the morning?
Yeah,
For
Lennon will
a
be there.
Okay.
late renewal on the on-premise section 12 annual restaurant alcohol beverage license. So for Short and Main, is anyone here for Short and Main? Matthew Colley is online.
He's the manager. Had a lot of conversations.
Yeah, okay. One more.
Okay, Matthew Colley, can you please put on your video and state your name and address for the record?
My name is Matthew Colley, residing at 44 East Main Street in Gloucester.
Thank you. Is there anyone here for Mr. Colley or just you here tonight?
It's just me.
Okay, great. So just to bring us up to speed, this is the late renewal because the proper documents were failed to be submitted to the licensing board in November. So
Correct.
the licensing board has the option to treat this as a new application or a late renewal, which is pretty much the same process, and we're just calling it a late renewal, knowing you've had a license for some time.
Correct.
So this public hearing was listed in the newspaper on
The third.
January 3rd, 2025, so the public has had notice. Is there anyone here? I just asked that, but is there anyone here in support to talk to or introduce any information for this petition? No. Okay. So I'm gonna look to Ted and John. Do you have any questions regarding this application?
I do not.
I do not. Straightforward.
Yep. Your application is complete. Matthew, I just have to ask you because some of our information didn't come back in time for this meeting. And I didn't want to put this meeting off because of it. So we weren't able to officially receive your query information. So can you just swear to the fact
Okay.
that you are not a convicted felon for any drug offenses?
I swear I am not a convicted felon for any drug offenses.
Okay, thank you. Because we usually have a query that will tell us. And we weren't able to get that information, and I just wanted to have that on record because we don't have that information before us tonight. So I know we
Okay.
want to be on you in the past, but things can change in a year, so we just had to ask that question.
Of course.
All right, so I don't have any questions either. The application is complete. This is a pretty simple, straightforward renewal. Is there a motion to support? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm gonna open the public hearing. Is there anyone that would like to speak in favor or opposition of this late renewal of the MCMC Restaurant DBA shortened license renewal? I see Tom O'Grady with his hand raised.
He's had it raised for a while, so I'm not sure if he's forgotten, but I'll pull him in. Oh, well, he doesn't like when I pull him in from my speakers.
Is there anyone online? We still have 9 other people that would like to speak. If you do, raise your hand or press star 9 if you're calling in by phone.
He took his hand down.
Yeah. Seeing none, I'm gonna close the public hearing and ask for a motion to approve.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the petition of MCMC Restaurant doing business as Short Main 36 Main Street for the late renewal of the on-premise Section 12 annual restaurant all alcoholic beverage license and other.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The vote carries. So that your late request has been approved and we will forward the information to the ABCC. Do you have any questions for us?
No, I don't. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good night.
See you next time.
Bye-bye. Next public hearing is a petition of a proposed transfer of a Section 12 annual all alcohol beverage license from Tavern Management Corp. DBA Tavern on the Harbor, 30 Weston Ave, to number 1 Gloucester Buffet Inc., DBA Midori Chinese Japanese, located at 32 to 36 Washington Street. They are also proposing an alteration of premise and change of manager to, I can't even begin to say the name. What's the name on this? Kyung Dong?
Very nice, yes.
Wow, wow, you're on it today.
Very good. And I assume that's you?
Yes, I
Thank you. Okay, so I know you heard me explain before, you can present to us the variety of requests you have tonight. We'll go through those and then vote on them individually.
Any particular order you want to go in?
Let's start with the transfer.
Transfer, all right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Lauren Weeks, attorney with Klein Gardner O'Connor here on behalf of number 1 Gloucester Buffet Inc., DBA Midori. They are here for a transfer from Tavern on the Harbor and very excited to bring that license over and be able to sell year round. The application should include the license purchase agreement as well as the seller's DUA and DOR certs. Location, we'll talk about the alteration of premises, but nothing beyond that is going to change. I can go in further detail now or later, whichever you prefer. Capacity is still gonna be that roughly 24,000 or 2,400 square feet. Capacity for occupancy is 42 right now. The seat change will be from 42 to 46. And then project costs will just be the actual transfer, so 55,000. The manager will be Peter, who will also be able to introduce himself.
Yes.
His resume is attached and we'll go through his as well. There's adequate parking at the premises. I know you guys are very familiar with the restaurants. They're not expecting to change anything. They want to run the restaurant exactly how it's been running, just be able to offer year round. Any questions for the actual?
Nope, not at this time. I know we have some things to go through. So I'm gonna refer again to John and Ted if they have any questions regarding the transfer.
No.
Okay, so this is a transfer from the tavern and you have spoken with, Mr. Talty's not here tonight. Your agreements are signed.
They are signed, the signed agreement should be in your package.
Yep. Sealed.
I didn't do a notary on it, but it is attached.
Okay.
Deposit has been paid and that.
Ironclad agreement, no reversals of the agreement.
Nope, only if you guys don't approve it.
Okay. Just wanna ask. I don't really have any questions about the transfer. I can say this is probably one of the most exciting transfers and most looked forward to transfers. That has been before the board for me in the past 5 or 6 years that I've been here. Hearing your presentation when you were applying for the license that we were giving away a few months ago was so compassionate. I walked away feeling really good that this business was in the community, hearing what you wanted to do with that license, and it was a very difficult decision, and it made me sad that we didn't have a license to give you that night. So when this came before me in an email that this was happening, it made me smile, and I am committed to doing whatever possible to make that license transfer to you so that you can follow through with what you want to bring to the community by having a year-round license. You had spoke to specialty dishes and things like that you wanted to be able to produce to the community. And you, at the prior meeting, you had talked about being the only Asian restaurant in town that has sit-down seating in the restaurant. So to say that there's a public need for this, it clearly meets those qualifications. So I am in 1000% support of the transfer from a license that hasn't been used for many, many years to a group such as you that want to make such good in the community and use that license to its potential. So I think this is a very, very good move for Gloucester and our community. So with that being said, I know the application was complete when I reviewed it this morning. And we'll talk about the manager afterwards. Actually, we can talk about the manager now. So Peter?
Yeah.
That's what they go by?
Yes,
So can you tell me your experience with managing restaurants?
Starting restaurants, career since 2001.
Okay,
So before we, it starts from New York, metropolitan city, start with the waiters. And then, as my confidence, I was very good workers on that, so they let me try as a manager assistant and then go to to learn the bar as a big restaurant called Soho's, Sopranos and stuff.
okay,
So I learned it from bartenders and then the management from the I wouldn't say like huge restaurant, but it's a big restaurant that's like more than 20 employees, so
okay,
in the front stuff. And then my cousin Jay starts business in Gloucester. I wasn't at the time, and so he has a partner was called Mark, and then time by the time period and then stuff. So I was stopping many times to help them on the time. So when then Mark finally has retired and then his kids got to go college, it was a couple years ago. So I decided to come here to help him. So,
okay,
so my restaurant experience is more than 20 years, as you see, from many kind of restaurants as traditional Chinese, Asian, Japanese and stuff. But as a like experience long journeys from New York to here, as I know the bar is very important for the restaurants you can come by. Not just the business making money, it's the things you let the people know what really the food you gotta sell with the drinks, make the people taste very combinations and stuff, yeah.
okay,
That's what it is. As I say last time, I try to bring more stuff as I know,
Yep.
the good liquors from the Hong Kong or Japan, whenever it is, but those are, as a transportation experience or limited, or the high classes, sakis and stuff, it's always has the limited time.
Okay.
So seasonal liquor licenses stops us to do those actions, but as we have anyone, definitely I would do more actions on that one.
So you're gonna provide more with the year-round license?
Oh, yeah, we'll do, yeah,
Okay,
more varieties and then
do you wanna ask
Just,
a question?
yeah, just remind me, how often are you on site? Are you there?
on the restaurant?
Yeah.
I mostly 6 days a week, yeah, 6 days.
I thought so, I just
Yeah.
refresh my memory.
9 times out of 10, if you give the restaurant a call, Peter's the one answering.
Yeah, but I still have passion, right, no worry. As people say, man, you do your job for a long time, I do have passion, I do, I love my job. Yep,
Very good. So I'm just gonna ask you the same questions. Are you at least 21 years old?
yes,
Are you a citizen of the United States?
yes,
And have you no felony convictions for violation of controlled substances?
I don't.
Very good. Any of you of good character? Yes.
Definitely.
So it just says that you must be a full-time employee and on the, be in the establishment at least 20 to 30 hours a week, and it sounds like you're already doing that. And you're engaged in the management of the business. You have parking, and you know that you have to cooperate with all city officials, like our building inspector, and anyone else that would want to come in and inspect your premises. Do you have tip certification? I didn't ask this on the last one.
I have the one that's called the New York Bartender Association bus,
Okay,
but I'm sure the law told me maybe this is a Massachusetts state, so you know, anything is with different states, not federal one, we have
so
to
I know
start
there's
with.
other ones as well. We usually say tips, but there's equivalent. So do you have a certification that you have that?
I don't think so. I have the one that you saying.
And then I believe.
It doesn't
he
have to be
signed up
tip.
for- I believe he signed up for the tips last night.
I
too, just
do-
as a
okay.
Yeah,
precaution.
just for the process, yeah.
Okay, because we require you to be tip certified or an equivalent of tips, so it could be a different program. But if you signed up for tips, that's good. And we'll need a copy of that certificate as well for you to be manager.
Okay, this is
Um,
definitely online courses, I can
Yeah.
definitely do that soon.
I think you can do it in a couple hours.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 3-hour course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I
and-
signed it,
Yeah, it's
I
what I
signed
sent
it.
you last night.
I signed it, say 2.5 hours.
2.5?
But
Oh, there you go.
it just, but you have to pass the test, so I haven't done it.
That's okay.
And do you have any training in food service?
Yes, through food handlers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And where did you get that? Is it like Safe Serve or something?
I have a safe server and I have a New York City State food service.
And those are current?
Those are correct, yeah.
Excellent. Okay. I do not have any other questions other than just asking you, as the manager, what do you intend your proposed hours of operation to be? Like, what time are you open and close, and are you gonna be open 7 days a week or 6 or?
We definitely right now stay on 6 days a week.
Okay, what day are you closed?
Tuesday, today, that's great, yeah, so. And then the weekdays is we're closing earlier, kitchen is closed early at 9.
Okay,
To try to push up drinks, not people not come too late and stuff, that's what, you know, that's how you keep the running.
The
Good
trouble
business,
out.
not trouble stuff.
yeah,
So 11 to 9:30 is weekdays, but definitely like 11 to 9. And weekends is 12 to 10:30. But as I say, the kitchen will be closed at 10, so some people to come to drinks is as earlier too.
so the latest on the weekends is 10?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said how many people capacity?
Capacity right now per the annual safety inspection was 42.
42, and is that gonna expand at all with the,
I believe with the new seating chart, we'll request it to go to 46.
46, okay. I only asked because usually if it gets higher, we look for crowd control.
Yep.
So, but I don't think that meets that. That requirement. Okay. So I don't have, is there any more questions? So I'm gonna open the public hearing to the public. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or opposition to this request for a transfer and change of manager? Is there anyone online? We still have 8 people online. You can raise your hand or press star 9 if you'd like to speak to this request. Seeing none, I'm gonna close the public hearing and note that no one spoke in favor or in opposition of this proposed transfer and manager change. Is there, I'm gonna take the motions for the two, and then we'll talk about the, what do you call it, the change of premise efforts. So is there a motion to approve the transfer?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the proposed transfer of the section 12 annual alcohol beverage license from Tavern Management Corp. DBA Tavern on the Harbor, 30 Weston Avenue, to number 1 Gloucester Buffet, doing business as Midori Chinese Japanese, located at 32 to 36 Washington Street, and I so move.
Very happy to second.
Third, fourth, and fifth. Any discussion?
I'd only say that I go in quite often. That's my choice for that type of food. And every time I've gone in, Peter has been there. I've never seen a problem, and it's a pleasure to, like you said, get a license in use that's been dormant for some time. So this is an easy one.
And I'll second the flavor of the hibachi rice that everybody in the city eats. It's the most popular rice in town. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, oppose, the vote carries. And a change of manager motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the change of manager for Midori Chinese Japanese Restaurant, also known as number 1 Gloucester, located at 32 to 36 Washington Street, to go in with Peter.
Yes.
Peter Dong,
Dong.
and I so move.
Second.
I'm just gonna add, subject to providing your tip certification.
Yeah.
Okay, from the
Yes,
class that you signed up
certainly,
for.
yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, the vote carries. Okay, so you can just give that certification, a copy to Natasha when you have it, and if you have your serve safe or food safe, whatever it was the name of the serve safe.
Yeah.
If you have those, if you could send them to Natasha as well,
Okay.
just so that we have them on file, that would be very helpful. And as you know, so this transfer does not go into effect until the ABCC approves it. We're at the January 15th deadline, tomorrow or a couple days.
No.
Tomorrow, say 14th.
It's 14.
His-
So you will not be able to sell alcohol until the ABCC approves the transfer. So you know that January
Oh, yeah,
15th is
definitely.
the
We will follow
end.
the rule, yes.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So once you receive the approval from ABCC, then you'll have your license to order alcohol but as of now, tomorrow is the last day that you can serve alcohol out of your premises until that license has been transferred. Any questions on that?
Kan chị mấy cái gần cái từ gần năm nghe này thành tinh nhau and chị mấy
You good?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Jay's the one, he's
Okay.
helping us out. Maybe sometime when I was sick on that, he's definitely helpful.
Okay. So on to the alteration of premise. So just give us a quick blurb of what you're doing inside and
So quickly,
started
what's
it,
changed from the original
original one.
was the bar area is a full service wet bar. There's 2 plans that were submitted. The original one they submitted last time, and then the contractor kind of went in and added in where the ice tub is and sink and everything. So wanted you to be able to have that. The buffet is removed, and in that area, a portion of that area is now that new storage area, which is also where that liquor is stored too.
Okay. Is it locked?
It has the capacity to be locked, yes.
Okay.
And then there's about 10 seats at the bar and then 36 seats around the rest. And then the other couple of things that were different were up front where it says marked it by Klein Gardner O'Connor. There, you'll see on the original plan, there was like a storage unit there. That was never created. Up there is like a wire storage unit, which is covered by a decorative tarp. That is still there. And then there's a slight booth there for waiting customers. And then by the sushi bar, there was a swinging door that was never created either. So it's just a full wall.
So the the scattergram that you submitted to us, that is current, what it
Correct.
looks like now, yeah. Just want to make sure that the ABCC.
I only count 36 seats.
36. There should be roughly 10 at the bar, and then, if I counted correctly.
I have 7 at the bar. And I don't know if it's cut off
4,
either,
5, 6, 7, 8,
the
9, 10.
diagram
Um,
from what we have in our file.
which one are you looking at?
I'm looking at the one that we scanned in our file, so.
You want to take a look at this?
I can show you these two, yeah.
I was gonna say, I have the. Yeah.
These two are submitted, they're, the only difference between these two is the contractor put 2 seats on the side here, and there's 8 more on the other one. And then I'll point out as well, I'm not saying artist, so the back wall there where you see individual seats is actually one long booth, but each seat represents one on the booth.
Wanna look at 2 separate ones? That's the thing about our printer. That's a lot.
I tried to make it a smaller version too, because originally I was trying to cut.
Also, our
11 by
printer
17.
though, our printer just also, like, even when I'm scanning stuff in, it never really.
Yeah, okay. We already approved that, we're just talking about the.
We need one of those back.
John, for that file.
Especially because I'll have to rescan it, so that I had the whole thing.
So
The
those,
ABC.
changes have been completed,
Correct, yes.
Okay.
All the building permits were pulled and completed.
everything's up to par?
Everything is good.
Is there a mo-
everything just in the nick of time.
Is there a
Madam
motion
Chair,
to
I'd like to
approve?
make a motion that we approve the proposed and submitted alteration of premise and change, a premise for number 1 Gloucester Buffet doing business as Midori Chinese Japanese located at 32 to 36 Washington Street, and I so move.
Second.
Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the vote carries. So all your requests have been approved. Do you have any questions for us?
Any question?
I don't, right, you try to ask the question, maybe you cannot ask, so usually, what is like ACCT, you gotta take how long?
How long?
Yeah,
So
It
you
was-
have 3 requests in, right? So that's gonna be a little bit of work for the ABCC, but not too much.
Right.
I think you're asking at a good time because a lot of the renewals have been done.
right,
But it can take anywhere from like 3 or 4 weeks to 6 to 8 weeks, and that's if they don't find anything wrong. But know that you can always call, because we just had another, restaurant that got the full license, had to do that as well. To call and ask if they can expedite it, knowing you don't wanna shut down now that you can go from a seasonal to a year round. So, it's gonna take a little bit of time. And if you feel like it's getting too long, just have your attorney call the ABCC and
right.
see if they can expedite
Right,
it.
it's just the same, things as I say, then we have to prepare. Cause
Yeah.
as I say, I got a lot of imports, liquors, dealers with from Hong Kong, Macau and stuff. Then don't start it yet, right?
Right. Well, you need that
Right.
license to order your alcohol and you don't have the license and yours expires tomorrow.
Right.
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 So, like I said, your attorney Weeks
stay
can
on
call the ABCC if a reasonable amount of time has gone by, or keep in touch with them and put whatever pressure you can on them. I'm all about that.
Yeah.
We'll
stay on top of it.
Because Gloucester likes our
Okay.
restaurants open, especially in the winter when some close down.
You guys have any other questions?
已经定了。
You guys good?
I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you so
If
much.
there's any way this board can help you, if there's any issues, please let us know.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll get you that
Thank
tip
you.
certification.
Yeah, once you get that, send it over so I'll send it, send it right in,
You got
so. Cause it's ready as on my end to be sent in. I
will
did
get it
all the
right
work.
over
Yeah, so you have
so-
homework to do, Peter, tomorrow. You need to get your tip certification and then we send it to the ABCC.
Sure, yeah.
So go home and study.
Yeah, yep.
All right, thank you.
Yep, we're all
Well,
set.
thank you so
Have a
much.
good night.
Thanks.
Next order of
Thank you.
business.
We'll see you.
All right, bye, good luck. Petition of Tom Moriarty requesting to serve wine and malt beverages only during a fundraiser on February 8, 2025, from 6:30 PM to 11 o'clock PM at 34 Leonard Street. address?
That's the village hall.
The
down in
village
the
hall, like I
middle.
know that
Yeah, yeah,
address.
I know.
Name and address for the record, please.
Thomas Moriarty,
Thank you.
46R Nashua Ave, Gloucester, Mass.
And tell me about this fundraiser.
I think this is the 10th year I've sat here.
Okay.
So what we do, it used to be like a talent show. We decided for the Enscombe Village players, it's a fundraiser.
Yep.
And actually, we don't make that much money. It's a good thing for the community during the middle of
Absolutely.
winter. Those who are away, those who are here, they're here. And there's about 15 acts, 15 5-minute acts or 4 minutes if we can keep them to that, but individual singers, little skits.
Yeah.
It's nice. Our average age category is like 65, 70. Most people can walk. And no live bands or anything like that. It's just mostly one
Yeah.
person will get up with a mic or somebody that's performed in one of the plays before or something like that. So,
Okay.
yeah.
You have liability insurance.
Yes.
All that stuff's on file with us.
Yep.
So you're good to go. I don't even have to ask you the questions. If you just tell me you're doing it the same way you've done it the past 10 years.
10 years.
You're
yeah.
good to go.
Yeah.
You have enough people around and
Yeah, we
areas.
got
and-
the right exits. We've had Board of Health was there 5-6 hours for another thing, but we're.
Grease traps.
Well, it was, well, you know what it was.
Just a guess.
The first hour was a misunderstanding. They thought that we, Sophia, she thought that we were, sort of doing a lot of, having people come in and selling, food. But when, an hour later, I said, well, everything's catered or it's a potluck. And she was like, oh, okay, it's a different store. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unless you involve them in that.
we don't.
It's what I'm learning.
Yeah, we have Melissa from, she's basically on.
Willow Rose.
Oh, Willow Rose, yeah.
She
Okay.
does all that catering
Yeah.
and stuff, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many questions?
No.
Is there a motion to approve?
Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the special one-day liquor license petition of Tom Moriarty requesting to serve wine and malt beverages only during a fundraiser on February 8th, 2025 from 6:30 PM to 11:30 PM at 34 Leonard Street, and I so move.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The license shall issue. Any questions?
No, on tips and services. So
Yep.
I do.
I think we have it on file. Just make sure you put the license somewhere visible
Yes,
at that
yeah, we do
night.
that. And then Margie from Happy Hostess comes along with all that other
Yeah.
stuff.
Good luck. Have fun.
Thank you. Don't you wish I went first? I do. Thank you.
Next order of
Yeah.
business is common victual license. We can do this in one motion.
Little change of premise hours.
Yeah. Right over. Change of premise hours, the Private Amigos LLC, BB Machaca Tacos and Tequila, 14 Rogers Street is requesting to change their hours of operation to allow them to open at 12 PM on Sunday and Saturday. Is anyone here from Machaca?
I was gonna say, I think
Joe.
Joe, but it didn't have a last name.
That's okay. Can we promote Joe and we will speak with Jeff?
There he is.
Joe, if you can unmute and show us your video, that would be great for us to communicate.
Sorry
Hi,
about that.
Joe.
Hello, good evening.
Name and address for the record.
My name is Joe Southern, 23 Acacia Street, Gloucester, Massachusetts.
And you are who to Machaca?
One of the owners
Okay,
and manager.
thank you. And tell me about your change of hours. You
Yes.
currently open what and you want to change to 12?
Yes, it would be awesome if we would like to request to open at 12 and until our regular time of 12:30 a.m. So 12 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. 7 days a week if possible.
And what time were you opening before?
Well, we
You
do
were-
open for dinner at 4:30 generally, 2 o'clock on the weekends, but this year we've got like Cinco de Mayo on a Monday. We're getting an ice sculpture in a couple weekends for the Gloucester So Salty. We'd
Okay.
like to open up for lunch and just be available for that event. Just kind of looking forward to this year to be open a little bit more earlier. Try to do some lunch if possible.
No, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think it's gonna make a lot of people happy. You have good food in there and people want access, so I appreciate the request.
Oh, thank you very much.
Are there any questions or is there a motion to approve?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the change of premise hours for Five Amigos LLC doing business as Machaca's Tacos and Tequila, 14 Ryder Street. Hours of operation to allow them to open from 12 PM to 12:30 AM, Sunday through Saturday, and I so move.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, the vote carries. So that's been approved. Do you have any questions for us?
I do not. Thank you very much.
You have a good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Common victular, we can do that in one, unless there's something in there that needs to be removed. Everything's on par.
Yeah, I
Um,
checked this morning, so.
Somebody wanna, Ted, do you have the voice
Madam
for it?
Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the common victular license renewals for BFMT Incorporated doing business as Charlie's Place, 83 Bass Avenue. CNR LLC doing business as Scalafani's Italian Bakery and Deli, 49 Washington Street. Dyer's Destino's Restaurant Corp. doing business as Destino's, 129 Prospect Street. Minuteman Cinemas Incorporated doing business at Gloucester Cinemas, 74 Essex Avenue. Starbucks Corporation doing business as Starbucks Coffee, number 58648, 1 Gloucester Crossing, Building C2, Unit 391. Jeffrey Todd doing business as Jeff's Variety and Deli, 69 Eastern Avenue. YGGBG Incorporated doing business as Bravo by the C2 at 131 Main Street. Dyer's Long Beach Dairy Maid and Restaurant Corp. doing business as Long Beach Dairy Maid, 147 Thatcher Road. Dyer's Long Beach Dairy and Restaurant Corp. doing business as Surfside Subs, 147 Thatcher Road. AAA Business Group Incorporated doing business as Subway Restaurant, 25 Railroad Avenue, and Slice of Gloucester LLC doing business as Sebastian's Pizza, 56 Washington Street, and I so move.
Second.
Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, the vote carries. So those licenses shall issue. Entertainment, where did Mr. Belanti go?
Mr. Belanti had to run to another appointment, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm tracking down my phone. Do we have his application? Because I didn't see it in the drive.
It was so you guys had him apply for an
Apply.
entertainment license
Yeah.
through Viewpoint.
And what did he ask for on there? I want to make sure.
I think it's just Monday through Saturday.
Yeah, he didn't do Sunday.
Yeah.
Right,
They don't want to send us.
did he list what kind of entertainment? It's all indoors, right?
Yeah, all
Yeah.
indoors. It's ambient music.
And he has a DJ every now and then.
Every
and,
once in a
yeah,
while.
parties. Okay. Do you feel comfortable moving forward?
I do.
Is there a motion to approve?
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the entertainment license for St. Peter's Club Incorporated doing business as St. Peter's Club located at 10 Rogers Street, and I so move.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, the vote carries. That license shall issue from Monday through Saturday. And then we have Gloucester Maritime Heritage Center, DBA Maritime Gloucester, 23 Harbor Loop. First, Monday through Saturday and then Sunday. Is there anyone here online for Gloucester Maritime? Carol
Carol's
Mandello?
here.
Everybody,
Hi, Carol. Can you just say your name and address, please?
Carol Mondello, 205 Essex Ave, Gloucester.
Thank you. That's a beautiful picture behind you.
Oh, thank you.
So this is your annual request. Is there any changes or any specific type of entertainment you're requesting that you haven't in the past?
Nope. I think we just copied and pasted for during the weekend, then Sunday as well.
Okay, and what were the hours? But they're on the,
I think it's on there. We do ask that music is turned down by 9:30 and then off by 11.
30 off by 11. You haven't had any complaints down there, have you?
We haven't, and yeah, which has been great because we don't want any.
Excellent. Okay, so we just have to do two motions to do the Sunday entertainment separate. So are there motions to move forward?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the entertainment renewal for Gloucester Maritime Heritage Center doing business as Maritime Gloucester, 23 Harbor Loop, Monday through Saturday, and I so move.
Second.
Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the vote carries. And then Sunday,
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the Sunday entertainment renewal for Gloucester Maritime Heritage Center doing business as Maritime Gloucester, 23 Harbor Loop for Sunday.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the vote carries. Do you have any questions for us, Carol?
Nope. Should be good.
Hanging on, it was a little bit longer than I thought, but I had a lot of questions tonight, so
No problem.
those licenses will issue. Have a good night, thank you.
Thanks, you too.
Bye-bye. Discussion by the board, 2025 seasonal population increase estimate. That's due the end of this month, is it February
This
already?
one.
This was,
Oh, yeah, we're gonna do the automatic movement, I'll do that after.
there's so many things in here.
I think it's by the end of February, it has to be in.
I think it was the middle of the year.
And what did we do last year? 35,000?
Yeah, you guys didn't change it.
Yeah, they didn't change it last year from the year before. So usually I check with the city clerk and I did not have the opportunity to do that this year, but I'm just gonna assume that the population hasn't changed, because if it did, we would be giving away another license. If it went up more than 5,000. Looking around,
No, I'm cold here.
oh, okay. Like, is there someone back there?
I
that's
thought
gonna
there
have
was
license?
somebody back there too.
So I would recommend that we just stay with the same number of 35,000.
Yep.
Which is probably over a little bit, but that's okay, because people come and go in the summer. So I will make a motion that we, what's the word?
Establish.
That the population
Population
of
estimate.
estimate of Gloucester has been established at 35,000 for the 2025 seasonal population. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? I am still gonna reach out to the clerk, and if I find out that it's substantially different, then I'll let us know and we'll act accordingly. But just to get this in on time, we'll keep it at 35.
That's good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, the vote carries. Minuteman Cinemas, Inc., Gloucester Cinema, 74 Essex Ave, requesting an automatic amusement device. Is there anyone here from the cinema?
John might be the one from the cinema.
John Williams, are you,
Two devices.
or there's someone calling in from a number two? I believe they said they had two machines.
Two. That's what's on.
Is that what it is too? Yeah. This is a renewal. And they submitted their application and the serial numbers are on the application.
Mm-hmm.
I have a motion to approve.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the renewal for the automatic amusement devices for Minuteman Cinema Incorporated, Gloucester Cinema, 74 Essex Avenue, and I so move.
Second.
John, if you're here to speak to this, do you want to unmute and talk to us? No. Great. All in favor? Aye. Opposed, that license will issue. Next order of business is a letter received from Gloucester House Restaurant, 63 Rogers Street, alerting the board of their closure from February 1st to March 1st for renovations. So Lenny, McQuarter reached out to me and asked if it was okay to shut down for a month, that they're doing renovations. As you know, they did this at the same time last year and updated their bathrooms. And I think you reported to us, Mr. Building Inspector, that there's some renovations going on there with lobster tanks and.
Yeah, so he's
Such.
had to do some pilings, while the weather was warm. He has cut holes in his roof to drive the pilings efficiently, quickly as possible. He has to go back down and patch and repair his roofs, and he's looking to actually move his lobster tank out of the building and actually put it into a separate building.
So he's got a lot going on down there.
Yeah, so he's
Taking
tweaking and moving
advantage
some
of
things
this slower
around,
season
yeah.
to close down there.
So,
Okay. As you know, when any establishment shuts down, they have to write to us and we pretty much have to agree to the closure without taking any further action for them not using the license. Next order of business is a letter received from Granite Cove Venue LLC, DBA The Cut, 177 Main Street, alerting the board of their closure from January 1st, 2025 through April 1st. Tom O'Grady. Can you please promote Tom?
Mute. I'm here.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, how are you, Melissa?
Good, how are you?
Very good.
So I'm not gonna say that I'm not concerned, so that's why we invited you here tonight. So, just wanted to hear from you personally about the closure for such an extensive amount of time for one that owns a year-round license.
Yeah, well, it's our first year and still finding our way. We were going to close the restaurant for the slow season. To be honest, we need to make some changes with the leadership in the restaurant. And we were going to keep the venue going, but that was a little complicated. We had to have food, so we're going to do a pop-up. And, with laying off the staff seasonally in the restaurant, we ended up having some staffing issues to kind of cover for the shows. And we decided to just take a pause and reorganize a little bit. We're talking to some exciting candidates that will just bring some operating experience that we didn't have. And we'll be reopened in the spring and be better for it.
Okay, so this is a one-time closure and not an intention to do this every year going forward?
That's right.
So I'm just gonna read our regulations into the record when you tell us this so that you can understand what our expectations are, okay? And just know too that I'm sympathetic to your first year and understand that a startup for a business is often challenging, especially in a community of Gloucester. We're at the end of the world and it gets very quiet in the winter. But so I'm just gonna read this from our regulations. Any licensee intended to close a licensed premise a place of business, whether on a temporary or permanent basis, must notify the licensing clerk within 30 days prior to closing. That's prior to closing, not after closing, but we understand. If closing on a temporary basis, the license is to state in writing the reason why and the length of time. Annual licensees may not close for a period of more than 30 days. Closure of an annual license establishment for more than 30 days requires an appearance from the manager named on the license at a public hearing at the licensing board with an approval by motion. If a business ceases to operate beyond the time of the temporary closure, the licensee will be deemed to be in the status of a dormant license, where the licensing board will act within its authority according to Mass General Law, chapters 138 and 140. Within 120 days of the issuance of the license, the licensee shall be fully operational unless otherwise approved. Failure to operate under the licensee for 90 consecutive days shall be deemed to be abandonment of the license and sufficient grounds for cancellation or revocation unless prior approval is granted by the board. If provided notice in writing within 30 days of a major renovation, destruction, or by natural fire, disaster, or a similar circumstance, the licensing board may waive the abandonment provision. So I understand your situation and we'll discuss it as a board tonight, but I just want you to know that those are our expectations and consequences when we shut down. But at the same time, understand your the struggle and want to work with you to make your business successful. So
we appreciate that.
Tom, just a quick question. December 20th, we got a letter indicating that you're going to partner with Little Sister. Did that not come to fruition?
Well, it just got complicated because, we laid off our restaurant staff, but we still have, to provide food and liquor. We have 2 bars in the venue, and between some complications, figuring out how to do it with how to organize this with Little Sister and have enough staff to do the shows where we were just doing show nights. It just got very complicated. As I mentioned, I've learned a lot in the past year. I've never operated a restaurant or music venue before, and I made the decision that I needed to bring in an experienced operator, and that's what I'm doing right now. And it got too complicated, and I didn't want to underperform for those shows we had. So we decided that it was best for everyone, for the community, for us to kind of reorganize and open up in a stronger fashion.
Great, thank you.
you have any questions? So Tom, your intention is to open on April 1st.
Yes.
That means the kitchen's opening or just shows at that time and then you'll get the kitchen functioning afterwards?
Our goal right now, and there's a lot of moving parts, is to have the entire restaurant venue open in April 1st.
Okay,
Concert.
And
Just
I'm happy to keep the communication open and answer questions as we get closer and proactively inform you what's going on.
yeah, so that was gonna be my suggestion, is just that in March, at our March meeting, that you come before the board and give us an update.
Fair enough.
So it's like the second Tuesday in March, whatever date that is. What is it, the 11th? March 11th. You'll be on our agenda just to let us know.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that.
Thank you very much. And I appreciate you being here tonight and your honesty, and wish you lots of luck over the next couple months to bring it back to what you had, because from a community standpoint, everybody was very happy with what's going on in the cup.
Yeah, I think it was doing really well with the community and the feedback we got. It was just internally, we need to strengthen the team. So.
Okay, understandable. Is there a motion to approve the closure from January 1st through, with an expectation to be open April 1st?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the temporary 90-day closure of the Cut, also known as Granite Cove Venture LLC, doing business as the Cut 177 Main Street. And I so move.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, that vote carries. Okay, Tom, wishing you the best of luck over the next couple months.
All right. Thanks for your help and your support. Appreciate it.
Let us know.
Okay.
Thank you. Next order of business is the approval of minutes. Natasha sent them out for November 26th, December 3rd, and December 10th. And I just want to say they are written excellent.
Thank you.
Good job on your first minutes. Is there any questions, corrections, or changes that need to be had before the approval? Is there a motion to approve?
Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes for the meetings dated 11/26/24, 12/3/24, and 12/10/24. And I so move. Second.
Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the vote carries. Natasha, thank you very, very much. There's no other matters on the agenda. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the vote carries. So good night, and thank you for joining us tonight.